Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Vocal Arts. I am here with Logan Alexandra. Logan, please say hello and tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hello, I am Logan Alexandra Music, and I'm a singer. I make content, shorts, TikToks, things like that. I make mashup content as well as sometimes choir content.
How did you first get into YouTube?
Well, I was making TikToks during COVID, and someone was posting all of my TikToks on YouTube and getting like millions of views. So I was like, wait a second. I never thought to like post vertical on YouTube because Shorts wasn't a thing yet. But he was getting millions of views, making money off of my videos. So I was like, okay, maybe I should post them. So I did, and my channel blew up. Like the first video went viral, and I just then was like right on the start of when they created shorts. My verticals turned into shorts, and I kept going. So I was always posting covers on YouTube, but that's when my channel really blew up. So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
something bad turned into something good.
That's wild that someone was just ripping your stuff and posting it.
Yeah, and there was nothing I could do. Like I had like reported their videos and stuff and they wouldn't take them down. So good for him. He made some some money or her. I don't even know who it was, but they made some money off of my content and then yeah, I was like, why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
So
So you actually started with TikTok then?
I started with TikTok. I actually started with Twitter back in the day. It was probably like
Wow.
2015. I was posting mashups where I would just put like two songs into one song. And I was posting those on Twitter and they would do okay. I've always like had an ear for putting songs together. And then in college, I had a professor and he gave us an assignment to put a mashup together. And I ended up putting like 20 songs into one. It wasn't the assignment, but that's what I did. And I presented it to the class and they like loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then COVID happened, college shut down. I went home and I decided to post that on TikTok and it blew up. And so I was like, cool, I'll keep doing this all of COVID. I'm not doing anything else. And so, yeah, then it started to go viral on TikTok.
You started on Twitter. Were you just posting? I like never, I had to get a Twitter account for a journalism class, so I
Uh-huh.
never really got into it. Were you posting the actual video or would you post a link to something else where people could watch it? How did that work?
Oh, I was posting the video. I don't even know why I did. I don't even think Twitter was like a video platform back then,
Yeah.
but I was posting them, and I think I got like 1,000 likes, which was like huge for me. I was like, this is awesome. So that was like my first bit of creating content was on Twitter for some reason.
And that was while you were in undergrad?
That was while I was in high school. Was
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, so that's when I first got my taste for making mashups. And then college is where I wasn't doing anything. That was my junior year. I made that huge mashup, and then college got shut down. So 2020, I did that
Okay.
content.
And were you producing music in high school?
Yes. I
Oh,
think
okay.
my first two songs, I made like an EP my senior year. That was my first ever release. And it was under my maiden name. Logan Alexandra is my middle name. And so I was going by Logan Myers back then. And so I have
Okay.
two songs under that name. And then in college, I went to Logan Alexandra.
And they were self-produced songs?
My friend of mine's brother was a producer and he was great. He
Okay.
produced them. Yeah. And I was going for like an Adele sound back then. It was just piano ballads.
Hmm. And
Mhm.
originals as well. I mean, those were original
Yeah.
songs.
Yep. Original
Okay.
songs. Yeah.
Okay. What else were you up to in high school musically?
In high school, I was a cheerleader my whole life, and then I was a flyer because I'm very small. I'm 5 feet tall, and so they were throwing me up, having so much fun. And a few times I fell, and I fell on my head, and so I had three concussions in my whole life, two because of cheer. And the doctor was like, "You can't do this anymore. You're going to permanently damage your brain." And so junior year, I decided to stop doing cheer, and I went into musicals. And I loved it. It was so fun. I played Anne Frank in the play, and I did Into the Woods. I did Godspell. I was Cinderella. It was really really fun. And yeah, so then I got more into music. That's when I started writing original songs. So that was high school, and then I studied music in college too.
For musical theater, I mean, had you been exposed a lot to music beforehand? Because going from cheerleading to musical theater feels like a pretty big jump. Aside from the choreography, that's obviously a big thing in both of those things.
Yeah, it was really helpful to have dance experience. But no, I had no experience like with musicals, even like watching musicals. I think I'd seen Wicked, and that was like my only. Oh, and I saw Lion King. Those are the only two musicals I'd ever saw, but I'd never been a part of it. Like in church or anything, was never a part of a musical. So yeah, I just dived right in and it was really fun. And I'm very bad. Like, okay, I got my concussions, but I also like am kind of like on the slower side with like learning things. And when it came to learning a script, I like it was so easy for me. When usually like
Hmm.
school, it was very, very hard for me to do well on tests or anything. But I think since I liked it, it came
Hmm.
easy to me, and it was exciting. So yeah, no experience, but I loved it.
How did you decide like let's just do this without any experience? Or did you have some singing experience at least?
Yeah, I did choir. I was always in
Okay.
choir because you had like a choice in high school to do choir or band. And my mom is good at singing. She'd never say it, but we would always sing at home around the house. So yeah, I liked doing choir, and that kind of transitioned into musical theater. I
Hmm.
only knew I knew everyone. I went to a small Christian high school, so there was like 40 people in each grade.
Oh my
So
gosh,
I knew everyone.
tiny.
It was tiny, yeah. It was good. I liked it, but I knew everybody, but I wasn't like necessarily close with anyone in the musicals. And then my senior year, all the girls in my friend group also did the musicals, so that was fun. But yeah, I don't know why I really decided to do musicals. I don't know. I just went for it.
Awesome. And did you continue that at all in college? Musicals?
Didn't do musicals. I wish I had. That would have been cool. I think most of the musicals there you had to be studying like musical theater, and they were the ones who put on shows, and I wasn't. But I did a cappella in college. I was
Nice.
part of an a cappella group, which was fun. It was dorky, and it was fun. It was like exactly like Pitch Perfect. Like all the
Yeah.
drama is it's so true. It's exactly how it is.
Yeah, I was also a big a cappella person in college,
Uh-huh.
and it was a blast.
It was a
It
blast.
was it was a blast. The drama was fun. Our group didn't have a ton of drama. We were an all guys group, so we were all, I mean there was some, but it really, I mean Pitch Perfect I think really did a great job
Yes.
capturing the vibe of being in a college a cappella group.
100%. 100%. It's so fun. It's so dorky. It's so cute. But yeah, I loved it. How many people were in your group?
We typically had about 15.
Okay, that's pretty big.
It was a pretty big group, so we could make a good sound for the acoustic shows because we would do tons of shows in like sorority houses or
Okay.
other places where there wasn't an amplified system. So we had a big enough group to where it was kind of like being in a small choir in a
Yeah.
way, as opposed to like, you'll hear like a group like Pentatonics, you'll see them in like a back room rehearsing and it's like it's only five voices. It's just like it's not a very big sound until they get with all the amplification and everything,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think ours was like 10 people as well. It was
Mhm.
a bit larger,
Was
but
it all female or co-ed?
co-ed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had beatboxer, bass. It was
Hmm.
mostly girls, but yeah, we had a good strong
Okay.
guy. Yeah.
Did you guys compete or record albums?
We didn't. We did compete, kind of. I'm not sure that you could really call it a competition. It was kind of just a get together with a bunch of different schools, and they'd have like classes, and we'd perform for each other. But yeah, since it was a club thing and it wasn't like, I don't know, we didn't do real competitions. Yeah.
How often did you guys rehearse? Like, did you all, I'm sure it sounds like you had a lot of fun. Did you also take it seriously and try to sound really good, or was it really just fun?
Yeah, for sure. Because we did like
Okay.
shows. We do
Okay.
shows at GCU at the college. So we performed probably like 4 times a year, sometimes more, especially during holidays. And then we'd practice every week, once a week.
I didn't know you went to GCU.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
You were born and raised here, weren't you?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay. It's all
Yeah.
coming back to me because we had chatted at some of those YouTube events, but
Uh-huh.
you meet so many people, it's hard to keep the details. I was in Virginia.
Uh,
So, born and raised Virginia, did a couple years of school at University of Miami down in Florida. And then transferred to James Madison back in Virginia. And that they actually, I mean, the a cappella scene there was really robust. It was like there were like 9 groups, I think 9 or 10 groups on campus. I mean, our group had won a couple national awards before I got in. So it was like a very serious a cappella school.
Yeah. Oh, I
And,
love that.
and it was like, I always thought it was nerdy and fun and like, but this like actually the school kind of thought a cappella was cool, at least at the time,
Okay.
because I joined the group like I think within a couple years after Pitch Perfect had gone and when Pentatonics had come on the scene. So like I'll never forget the first year I was in the group, we sold out I think an 1,100 seat venue for our final concert.
Amazing. That's so
Had like
cool.
a big sound system and everything, and the audiences, they went down over time. But I think even 4 years later, we still had 500 or 600 people
Uh-huh.
for our final concert. So it was like a really serious a cappella school, and that time to be in the group was really fun because a cappella had
Sure.
just kind of like become a thing.
Yeah.
You
Did you
know,
have like choreography and stuff, or were you just standing there?
we did some choreo,
Okay.
but mostly a bopping around.
Yeah.
Um,
I love it.
Yeah, we were a much more we did a ton of shows, but we focused more on recording albums as opposed to like ICCAs. Like
Okay,
some
cool.
groups really liked competing. We never competed my entire time in the group, but we recorded I think 2 albums and an EP.
Nice.
So we were more about like putting out that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Last longer.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fun and it's fun to listen
Yeah.
back to them now. Like some things still very proud of and some things like that sounds like an undergrad arrangement or
Yeah,
whatever, you
that's
know.
it. Yeah.
It was
I
good.
I watch a lot of YouTube content of a cappella groups. There's some great ones out
Ah,
now. Yeah, I think it's really cool. And thinking about it now, I actually think that me being an acapella, because I'd arrange a lot of our pieces and I'd like go on my garage band and like record everyone's parts and then show it to them. I think that's how I sort of got the like knack for my choir like content that I do
yes,
now where I make
yes.
memes. I think that's where it started for me actually is in acapella.
And you said you had choir experience in high school. Is that where those memes came from?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did choir like elementary, middle, high school, like the whole experience. But yeah, I loved like I realized later in life that I love like stacking parts and working in Logic and doing all the harmonies. And so I mixed that with the like memes and the funny things that everyone does in choir, the stereotypes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of mix those two things together to make the choir content that I make. And I feel like everyone has some sort of experience with choir. Like either you did it in elementary school and you can relate. So it was really relatable to people.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've performed so well and they're super, super funny.
Thank you. I feel very cringy making them. I haven't made one in a while because it's
Uh-huh.
just me in a room with like a green screen, like dressed up as different people or like the director. It feels very silly as a 25-year-old like
hmm
making
hmm
those videos, but yeah, people love them. I need to make them again. They're fun.
It really is relatable. I think you're right. Like most people have had some experience in choir or some musical ensemble because that's part of like at least every elementary school curriculum.
Uh-huh.
And I
Yeah,
think usually middle school you have to do something, whether it's
yeah,
band or choir or
right.
whatever,
You have
you
to.
know.
Yeah. So I didn't fully realize that. And I think I was remembering today that the reason I started them was I was singing around the house, just like casually, like singing in a choir voice. Like, and there was that meme, the money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. And then see you wiggle wiggle for sure. Do you remember that? Like the British guy who rapped
Yeah,
that song.
yeah,
And it was
yeah.
a huge, like viral thing. And I was singing it in like a choir voice. I don't know why, around the house. And we thought it was so funny. And then I made it into a choir and I started stacking a bunch of vocals on top of it. And then that was the first one. And everyone liked it.
Everyone liked it, so you kept
I'm
going.
having fun with it. Yeah.
How many have you made at this point? Do you remember?
I was like going for it a few years ago. I think I was posting like one a week. So
Wow.
there's probably like, I don't know, 20 plus out there.
Okay.
These choir
Are
things.
they
Yeah.
all I haven't watched all of them. I've watched a few of them. Are they all like voice part memes, like stereotype memes, or have
Uh-huh.
you? Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're all like that. And then I did one long form one. that took me like weeks to make. So that's why I've never done another one again. But yeah, most of them are just short form.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you got, I mean, you got in early with the YouTube shorts. I see your YouTube shorts. What is that back there in front of your plaque?
Oh, they sent me like a little
Is it
button.
glass?
Yeah, it's like a plastic. It's just a sign.
Because you were, I feel like you were doing YouTube events, YouTube Shorts events a while ago.
Yeah, they had me host the first one in Arizona, which was really
Ah,
cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think I kind of got in on the earlier side, and that helped me get the in
hmm
the
And,
YouTube people.
and have you primarily built your audience with YouTube Shorts?
YouTube Shorts is like the most solid audience that I have. Like views are consistent. People actually like care about my content.
hmm
TikTok, like every now and again, I have a viral video and people will comment like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a year. Like this is so cool," but they follow me. It's just TikTok's a whole different thing. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not going to see my content consistently versus YouTube Shorts. They get a notification when I post. So
hmm
yeah, YouTube is definitely my most solid group that I've been able to.
And and how much non-short content are you working on for YouTube?
It's less consistent, but I'm trying to be better at it. I think I post like once every 2 months, if even
Hmm.
right now. For long form, it just takes a lot more effort, and I don't have a good camera to film with. So
Mm,
yeah, but I always the main goal for me has been to make long form content. I just haven't gotten to that point where I'm able to do it consistently yet.
gotcha. Because I know monetization's much tougher to like hit your marks for shorts. Like the
Yeah,
videos are monetized, but the viewership you have to get to make a significant amount of money is crazy.
crazy. Yeah. So you'd have to like post a lot, or post
hmm
ones that are gonna do super well. And for me, like posting a lot isn't feasible because I put so much effort into each short. Like even though it's short, it takes like a few days to make. So
hmm
yeah, I've gone with hoping that each video just does really well. And
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it
Quality over quantity.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like my main content's always been the long form analysis videos. So fortunately, monetization is very much on my side.
Uh-huh.
But I'll post shorts of singing stuff or clips from music videos, especially the stairwell stuff.
Hmm.
And if one of those gets like 50 or 100,000 views, it's like a few dollars.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like crazy.
Yeah. And are you getting copyright striked for covers or no?
Usually not if it's stairwell because it's just
Yeah.
raw sound in a stairwell. If I post clips from a music video I've done, then yes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, mine
not strikes, but I'll get a like not
get
monetized or flagged or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
or you're sharing the monetization with someone. Yeah,
hmm
mine don't get flagged either, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok, actually, if you're a part of the TikTok creator program, um, and you post like over 1 minute videos on there, I think that's the best monetization. Uh,
Really?
yeah, at least for me,
Just
yeah,
so it's just like more money per view than YouTube Shorts.
I think so.
Gosh, interesting. I would have thought YouTube would be better.
I haven't had like a YouTube long form go super viral yet, so I'd have to compare. But it's just easier to go viral on TikTok, and then if you can have it just be a little bit over 1 minute, you're gonna
hmm
get paid like a long form YouTube video. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Because that's considered long form on TikTok.
Yep, just over 1 minute, and then you get
The
paid.
attention spans are wild these
Yeah,
days.
yeah, you have to trick everybody into yeah. Yeah.
And what about Instagram Reels? Do you focus on them as well?
Uh, Not really. I just post all my shorts on there as well. It's a lot harder to grow on there. But a little tip
hmm
that has helped me recently is the trials. I saw a video that posts like your most viral, your best videos as Instagram Reel trials, and it pushes them out to people that have never seen that video before, and it doesn't have to go on your page. And that helped boost my account a lot because I was stuck at like 20,000 followers, and now I'm almost at 50,000.
Oh,
Posting, yeah, trial reels is
what is? I've never even heard of that.
you haven't heard of
Trial
it? Yes,
trial
if you're
reels.
about to post, if you scroll down, it'll say trial, like post as a trial reel, just toggle that on.
Yeah.
and it posts the trial reel, and it promises to push it out to people that have never seen the video before. So it won't be pushed out to your followers, and you'll get a whole new audience and hopefully gain followers from it.
So it's wow.
Yeah.
That's what is that so you can post and like I don't know if you post something that your followers might not be interested in, they might unfollow you. You don't have to worry about that essentially.
Sort of, yeah. Or if you're trying to see, like, the point of it from Instagram's side is that they want you to try different content. So, like, let's say, I'm always posting singing videos, but I want to see if, like, a vlog works. So I post
Hmm.
it as a trial reel first to see if it does well. And if it flops, then I don't post it. Or if it does, I can then take that trial reel and actually post it to my Instagram. But you don't ever have to post that trial reel to your main page.
But people see it as if it's public aside from your audience.
Yep, and they still are led back to your page and can follow you.
Is that how new is that feature?
It's somewhat new. It's only a few months
Okay.
old. Yeah.
And you said you would try it with things that have already done really well, but just to get a new
Yeah.
audience.
Just to get a new audience. Yeah, I posted like all my viral shorts and put them on Instagram, and it helped my following a lot. And so I've growing an audience there, so it's a lot better than it used to be because
Mhm.
everything I posted there was like, what's the point? I'm getting like 100 views.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not even going to waste the energy here. But now people are getting the content and seeing it on their feed, so it's a little more fun.
And had you shared those shorts already on Instagram like a long time ago, or were they totally new?
Yeah, some of them I already
You
had.
had. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, no, you definitely should. It's a good little hack.
TikTok is the platform I don't really use. I
Hmm.
have some. When I was originally posting stairwell stuff, I got like a little following, and then I'll do like some collaborative posts with other people.
Yeah,
But TikTok always flags me for like if I post something on my Instagram and then I post it to TikTok, even if I like, change the filter and change the length, it still flags it for like a copy of
really.
content. And so it just what do you call it? Shadow bans it basically. So it can't go to the For You pages. Yeah.
Oh,
Happens like every time I post something. So I'm like, well, forget it.
and are you just noticing that because they flop, they don't get many views?
Yeah, so then I go check the analytics and it's like, oh, this didn't go to the For You page. Like this content's been shared elsewhere or something.
Okay, okay, interesting. I need to look
Yeah.
at because
Yeah.
my content flops all the time on TikTok. It's really funny. Yeah, things that like do well on YouTube sometimes don't do well on TikTok. It's just a whole different.
Yeah,
But
I
maybe
wouldn't
why?
the numbers I'd be like, okay, this video just flopped. So like whatever, but then I go into the analytics and it has that basically like an error message.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't happen to my other friends because they'll post on Instagram Reels and post the same video on TikTok. No problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. TikTok's got beef with me.
Yeah. You know what they do with me too. It's not right. Yeah. TikTok, it's just inconsistent. Yeah, it drives me crazy. But for
Yeah.
some people, it's great and good for them, but not for me.
Yeah. Not for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what are the kinds of things you're focusing on now as far as content? I've seen a lot of the like bunch of songs in 1 minute stuff.
Yeah. Been posting a lot of that. I mean, I'm still enjoying making those. I think that to me feels more authentic and easy and fun. It doesn't take me that long to make those. So yeah, I've been focusing a lot on the mashups. And honestly, I mean, I have a job now. I kind of am like, don't have as much time for making content. But so I'm very intentional when I do make something that it's something that I'm excited about and want to make the time to create. So for
Hmm.
most of the time, that's been mashups for me. I still have in the back of my mind, I want to make another long form choir video.
Hmm.
I just know that that's going to take me weeks and haven't gotten to it yet. And I went to Japan recently. I have a vlog sitting on my Final Cut Pro that I haven't edited yet. So
Mm.
there's a lot of things that like I'm want to do, and I just haven't gotten the time to do it.
Hmm.
Time is limited now, but that's what I'm up to, just creating when I am excited about something, which is kind of fun.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And how do you make your mashup videos start to finish? Because when I watch those, I'm actually like impressed that you are playing and you've got all the lyrics memorized to jump from one song to the next. Like that actually seems really fiendishly difficult, but you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like not that hard.
I mean, I don't know why, for some reason, like I said, I struggled a lot in school to memorize things, but the second I hear a song one time, like I've got it. It's locked in. I've got the lyrics, I've got the melody.
Wow.
Same with musicals. Like, I don't know, that just came easy to me for some reason. So, a lot of times, like with the mashups, especially if I'm doing like Billboard's top 20, I don't know all the songs. So I have to like listen to it and memorize the
Hmm.
hook and then try to figure out the how it goes. So to make it easier, I always do the same. I pick a progression and I keep it the same throughout the whole thing. And most songs will fit into a
Yeah.
four chord progression, like as long as it's a pretty poppy song.
Hmm.
Uh, so I pick a four chord progression. I list out like all the songs I want to use and then put them into an order that works and flows. And then, but usually by the time I'm recording, I've played it like 100 times, so I have it memorized.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and then in editing, I have like this picture frame that's a poster from my music video,
Hmm.
and I will put like the music video of each song. I just overlay it into this picture frame to sort of keep people's retention because it's something that I used to not do.
Hmm.
And then like slowly people weren't as interested in my mashups. And I was like, okay, how can I make this even more interesting? So I added the music videos into the songs as well. So like it's the music video switches with each song. That
Smart.
makes- And I have the title above my head. So yeah, the whole process as a whole, usually I write the mashup one day, it takes like an hour, and then filming is like another hour. So it's a pretty quick,
Wow.
yeah.
I would have thought it took way longer than that. I think it might for most people. You must have a gift for that.
Yeah, well, and I've been doing it since like 2020, so for 5 years. And so I've kind of like nailed down the whole process.
Hmm.
I used to record on this piano, which is it's an out loud piano. This is a MIDI piano that I record on. So
Hmm.
then if I like accidentally press a wrong key, I just go in my computer and I fix it. Which
Yeah.
refined my process so much because like my singing's fine, it's consistent, but my piano playing isn't great. So I was like
Hmm.
constantly messing up, having to start over. Now if I mess up, I fix it in my MIDI, and it's still a good take. So yeah,
That's
that.
smart because then it still lines up and
Uh-huh.
if you hit one of the black keys by accident, you just remove
I
the
just
data.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
erase it. Yeah, so that piano made things a lot easier. And then I got a microphone too. Like, yeah, the process has gotten a lot faster over the
I
years.
love the setup in there with the real piano and the MIDI piano, and you got what, three guitars
Three guitars that
going on.
never don't know how to play guitar, but I have three.
But it looks nice.
This was my first guitar, and I don't know if you can see, but like this is completely lifted off of
I do, yeah.
it's unusable. And then my electric guitar is I got it at a garage sale. It doesn't work.
Okay. It's just
One over here is a great
aesthetic.
guitar. If I ever want to play, I can play this one. But the other ones are just for show.
I've been playing guitar for a couple of years, but I would still consider myself a beginner. Right? I mean, like, if I can play chords pretty fluently as long as it's not like difficult bar chords and stuff. But like my strumming's pretty ugly
Yeah.
and aggressive. But like if
Mine-
I'm around a campfire, I'm like a campfire guitarist.
yeah. Yeah, I could do that too, but I'm not confident enough to play like for a video
No, me neither. It
no.
would just sound bad. It
It would
just
just
wouldn't.
sound bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just stick to piano. It hurts the fingers to play too. It's just like
It
no matter
does.
how I'm playing, I can't get
Yep.
you.
Yep. I have been actually actively practicing piano a lot lately.
Okay.
Like learning songs, reading sheet music, because like chords have always been fine, but like I've just always wanted to be proficient, I would say, at the piano. And so I'm like really pushing myself to learn hard songs and really like look at the sheet music and like figure it out. And it's amazing. I mean, I've been practicing a lot for probably 2 months now, and it is pretty shocking how far it's come when you really are. It's the sight reading thing. Like I wanted to be good at sight reading, and it's so hard once you start learning something not to just watch your hands, to
Uh-huh.
like really keep looking at the sheet music because that's how you build those
Yeah.
connections. That's how you really get the muscle memory.
I'm so bad at it. Definitely need to get better at piano. I haven't like taken the time to, I know chords, I just memorized chords, but
Mhm.
that's as far as I've gotten so far.
Well,
And
it's
I need to definitely get better at that.
well, it's tough because it's definitely less fun, at least at the start. I remember like the first few weeks, it was really frustrating because I'm fully professional in music on like a bunch of different things, like music production, opera, singing, like arranging, mixing, like all this stuff. So to be a true beginner again, I was like, man, this sucks. It's
Yeah,
like
and
I'm
I'm like,
so
that's
bad.
play the stuff I know then. Like it's not,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm like trying to sight read like a really beginner version of like Home on the Range, and I can't do it. And I'm like, it's like
Like,
losing my mind.
yeah, I should be better.
I should, the dreaded should word. Yeah, I should be better at this.
Yeah, that's how
But,
I
uh,
feel.
but it's coming along. It's coming along.
Good. Yeah. I'm good. At least you started. I think that's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I think continuing through that first period, because when you really start to feel yourself getting better, you're like, okay, it's fun now.
Uh-huh.
Like every time I step into the piano room, I'm playing the songs better, and I'm able to play more difficult songs, and my fingers are getting a little bit more fluent. It's just those early stages where like you just feel like you can't get anywhere.
Sometimes I feel like my lack of knowledge kind of helps because, like, especially for the mashups and like the at least the content that I make, just doing the most simple thing
Hmm.
makes it like accessible for everybody
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
sound a little more clean, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah. The beauty of most, not all, but most pop music is it does follow similar chord progressions. It's
Mhm.
usually four chords. Maybe you get one dominant seventh in there somewhere, but it's usually four chords.
Yeah, like four chords. Yeah, so that helps a lot, and then just like the patterns too, being simple,
Hmm.
makes it accessible.
Hmm. So for the
Yeah.
choir memes, you were saying the mashups took you like a few hours or a couple hours. How long does a choir meme take you, and what's the whole process for that?
I haven't done one in a long time, but the easiest part is the recording the vocals, because I just go into my Logic and I think even the first ones, like in early days, I was just recording straight into my computer and using that audio into Logic. Now I have a microphone, so it's a little better, but yeah, I just like do a different voice for each part. Like I make it a little more nasally or a little more open vowel and
Hmm.
like change it each time. And yeah, just try to hear the harmonies and just record, record, record. Um, and it turns into a whole choir. So that process probably takes sometimes less than an hour. I'd say
Hmm.
max. And then recording is a little bit more strenuous because I'm changing outfits and I have to figure out the background screen. I have to like save all of those
Hmm.
pictures that I use behind me, find like uncopyrighted choir pictures. So that process takes like maybe 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Hmm.
Also not too bad, but the long form one, you wouldn't believe the work I put into to that one. It was crazy. It probably took me like 10 hours total.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also the editing too. Like once you've got everything, right?
Yes, the editing takes, and same with my mashups, the editing is probably the longest part of the
Hmm.
whole process. Because I love editing and I'm like, it has to be perfect or I'm not posting it. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. That takes a long time to edit everything together.
And how many layers do you typically put in the choir memes?
At least like 50,
Yeah.
50 layers. Yeah. Sometimes more. Sometimes I'm like scrolling through the whole, like all
Uh-huh.
the especially in the long form one, there were a ton of layers in that one. But the more layers, the better. I'm like, even if a take didn't sound very good, I usually keep it in because, like, in
Hmm.
choir, there's probably some guy that doesn't sound all that good.
Yeah.
So it sounds like choir still. So I leave everything in and it just adds a bunch of layers.
That's the thing about a choir. You can have, I mean, if you have enough people, you can have people that aren't singing perfectly, and it still sounds,
Exactly.
like a choir.
Yeah. The more layers, the better.
So you
So
do like entire sections. I mean, are you recording like the same part a bunch of times, and then you do that for each set? Because you wouldn't have a 50 layered harmony. That would be like impossible.
yeah. No, I'm doing like, I'm the soprano part and I have like at least 10 tracks of me
Yeah.
doing all different voices and then the alto part. And then sometimes I just add weird random things too. Like it's not I don't know, because I'm a pop singer too, so I like kind of add some of that flavor in there where it's not like necessarily like an alto part. I'm like three layers of soprano parts. And in choir, I was a soprano. So I always hear the soprano part, and it's really hard for me to hear like a bass part. So I'd love to get you on some of these tracks because
Hey, your next long form one. Let's do
I
it.
would love to. I would literally love to. But yeah, because I can't hear those parts. I have no idea. So it's
That's
usually
so
a lot
funny.
of stuff. Yeah.
That's the first place my ear goes. Like
Uh-huh.
a bass line is
Yeah.
just so obvious to my ear.
Yeah. No, and I'm soprano. So yeah, I
Those
can hear.
sound really fun. Those sound like really fun projects.
They're really fun. Yeah. I'm inspired again talking about it. I'm gonna make another one.
Good. Yeah, fire it back up.
Uh-huh.
And
I just need to find a great song.
and the job you do, is that the managing creators?
I do,
Yeah.
yes. So the management that was managing me as a creator hired me to be a manager. And the owner I've known forever. So we are like friends, and she hired me. I was wanting to get a job and like needed insurance too because like a lot of creators we don't have health insurance, and so it's
Hmm.
great to have a real job and to have that stability. And so yeah, I started working there, and I like their editor, and I help with creators figuring out what videos to make, what's going to work, what's going to help their views go up, all of that stuff that I've learned doing my own stuff. I just help other people do now too.
Right, right, right. You must enjoy the work as well.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah, and I like helping people a lot, and I feel like it's something that I'm good at versus like I've worked at restaurants before where I'm like, I am really bad at this, and I feel like if anything, I'm hindering the whole process. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's fun to just do something that you enjoy, but help other people do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And how about your original music? Your own music? I've seen you've posted a bunch of music videos and stuff like that on your channel.
Music videos are so fun. I
Yeah.
love doing the music videos. I haven't written an original song in a long time. I don't know why. I was super into it for a long time, and that's how this all started, is I wanted to be an artist. But I think once I started making content, I was like, I think this is actually
Hmm.
where I'm supposed to be because I've always loved making like videos and editing, and I also love singing. And so it's like a combination of all of that together.
Hmm.
But so I kind of like stopped doing the original music as much. But every now and again I release a song, and if it means a lot to me and like I love it, then I'm willing to put the time and money into
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I used to do those crazy music videos that were like really high production. I met this guy in Arizona who's amazing, and he would do all my music videos, and he's great. That was a fun time.
What's his name?
Josh Belleville.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down because
Yeah, he's amazing. I haven't worked with him in a long time. But yeah, we did Daydreaming together and Obsessed with You and Next Girl. We did a bunch of music videos together, and I always have like this crazy concept that's going to cost me $1 million, and
yeah.
then takes that concept and is like, okay, here's what we can do with your budget, and makes it amazing. So,
Yeah, music videos are crazy expensive.
mhm.
They
Yeah,
really are, especially here, like in the States.
yeah. No, it's crazy. Especially, I feel like you have to go to LA now, or like you might feel like you have to go to LA to get like the big production and to get like the studio and all that stuff. Because Arizona is a little bit limited in like the spaces that you can rent out, but we're
Mhm.
getting bigger. We're getting better.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Phoenix is a big old city.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. There's more studio options now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So no real goals. There's nothing like so much you're kind of chasing as far as an original artist at this point.
At this point, no, I don't have any goals anymore of reaching anything there. I don't want to be a star anymore. I don't want to be famous. That used to be my goal. I don't really care anymore. I just want to be able to like create videos. I've always loved making videos, and so I want to keep doing that.
So you pretty much, I mean, it sounds like you like the whole process because I've always like have always been parts of video making that I liked, but I never really liked editing. So I have an editor for all my stuff now.
Yeah.
There are always parts of it, but it seems like you're pretty fired up about it, start to finish.
Yeah, I love editing. And that's how I like my job is I was editing for other people. People were like, "Who edited this video?" And I was like, "I did. Like, want to hire me, please?" So I started working for people, and I love it. I love that process.
Any specific kind of editing? I mean, you've obviously done a ton of short form stuff.
Ton of short form. For other people, I mostly am editing like vlogs,
Oh, okay.
that type of content. But for myself, I don't like editing my vlogs. Like I was there, so it's harder for me to like, I think everything's cool and exciting, but
Yeah.
I'm to figure out like what to cut because I think it's all like fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I don't like editing vlogs for myself. Mostly I like editing my little mashups. That's why I keep doing them. I love every part of that process. I get to like record, I just screen record the music video, put it on the
Mhm.
frame, and yeah, I think that that's fun and it always like looks visually really cool and exciting, and so I think that's my favorite thing to edit.
Awesome. And you
Yeah.
talked about releasing a vlog. Is that going to be something new for your channel, or have you done that before?
I've done vlogs before. I used to do like daily vlogs, like me in a filming day or something like that. Um, but I haven't in like a few years because they didn't do very well. I didn't think people were interested in them. But after, I don't know if you watched, I sang the national anthem at the Cardinals game.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes. I vlogged that experience and people really liked that video and I
Mm,
loved editing that video and creating that video. So I was like, this is cool. I'd like to do more stuff like this, but I'm not sure if that one just connected with people because it was such a big experience.
hmm hmm
But yeah, I like making videos like that.
Okay, well, I haven't watched that video, so can you run me through that experience, how you got it
Okay.
and what
Yes.
happened?
Well, so I sort of took everyone through the whole process of getting the call to sing at the Cardinal Stadium, which is a huge stadium. I think if it's 60,000 people. So I titled the video I sang for 60,000 people, I think is what I titled it.
Hmm
And so I took you through the process of like getting the call, rehearsing, all of the rehearsal days. Like I was trying not to get sick, and my sister and her whole family had the horrible stomach flu like a few days before
Oh,
the anthem, and I was just with them. So like it's like the climax of like, am I gonna get sick? Like, am I
oh my
even be able to
gosh.
do this? And like my voice is, I start to get a sore throat. I'm like, oh no. So it's like that whole process, the ups and downs of preparing for that. And then the day of, I've stayed healthy, spoiler alert. And I'm like so nervous and I'm
hmm
seeing all these people and I was a little bit like embarrassed and scared to film while I was there. So I did a
Uh-huh.
lot of voiceover footage, but I got like a lot of just like selfie footage and I voiced over what I was thinking and feeling during those moments. And then just me walking up to this tiny little stage in front of the whole stadium, and then I play the clip. And they got great footage from like the actual stadium footage, so I have that whole performance in there. And then yeah, the after like
Cool.
yeah, what I was feeling and what I was thinking. So yeah, to take you through the whole process.
Do you feel like you nailed it?
No, like right after I felt good and I watched it, like I had it in my ear, but my mom filmed it. And it sounded great. I'm proud of what I did, but my in-ears, I did have in-ears while I was there because the echo is crazy.
Yeah.
And they were really loud. They were like busting out my ears, and I was kind of too nervous to turn around that, my pack was behind me to turn it down. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
want
while
to.
you're singing, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really loud. So I was kind of trying to sing quiet to not like bust out my ears. Like, I
Oh.
don't know. There was like trying to balance that. Probably should have taken one out, but that felt risky too. So I just like there was that aspect of it, but everything sounded good. I hit the notes. I was doing like mixed voice and full voice to
Mhm,
hit some of the high notes, and with the mixed voice, I think it sounded a little more head voicey, so not as
mhm,
powerful.
mhm.
And that was the only thing that I would probably change is like in rehearsals it sounded better, but that's how it's
Yeah.
always there's nerves, there's so many aspects that are going with
Yeah.
you during that process. So yeah.
The anthem freaks me out. I have done it before, but it's one you can't mess the lyrics up on.
Mhm.
Now, you're so great with lyrics. I literally memorize entire operas, yet the anthem still scares me because it's kind of like weird text. It's not like
Uh-huh.
because it's old, it's like much older English, American English, and it's just like it's everyone knows, as opposed to like memorize a whole thing in Italian, you could mess up a bunch of lines and almost nobody will catch it. Like
Yeah,
the conductor
that's
might
true.
catch it, and maybe your colleagues on stage will catch it.
Uh-huh.
But the anthem. I mean, every guy there eating a hot dog is going to know you messed it up.
Yeah, and
You
they're
know,
gonna judge you. Like even though
and
they can't get up there themselves, they're gonna be like, "What?"
yeah, exactly. Oh, she can't even sing the dang anthem, you know?
They're like they're throwing stuff at you. Yeah, I think that did scare me messing up the lyrics, but I've been singing it. I sang it in my high school a lot, their basketball games, and so I felt pretty solid about the lyrics. The only
Hmm.
thing that scared me was like not hitting the high
Not
notes
hitting the high notes.
in the low notes because it's very low and it's very high. So
Yeah, it's like what octave and at least an octave and a fifth, right? Or is it two octaves? Octave and a fifth, I think.
I couldn't tell you, but I know that it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
stretch to keep it all in like, to keep it all consistent sounding top to bottom,
Mhm.
and have everything strong and resonant top to bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for me, the when the nerves kick in, the low notes are really hard to hit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the high notes, they get there, but they're maybe not as strong. Like I'm probably breathing from my chest and not my stomach. And so yeah, they don't sound as strong. You're never as good in the as the performance,
Mm-hmm.
at least for me.
Well, not for something like the anthem, I feel like it'd be tough. I mean, well, how much rehearsal did you have?
They let me know probably like 3 months in advance that I was going to
Mhm.
be singing. So I did have a good amount of time to rehearse, and I was rehearsing every day. And then when it got closer, I would rehearse 3 times a day, and I would do like one in the morning, one at the time when I'm going to be rehearsing, and then one at the time when I'm going to be doing
Mhm.
the anthem. So I kind
Mhm.
of like was trying to train my brain like this is what we're going to do. Like this is natural. This is fine.
Mhm.
So that the
Mhm.
day of, I did the same exact schedule
Mhm.
of singing. But yeah, so I had a good amount of time to prepare and rehearse. I rehearsed like I've never.
But in the actual space, I mean, like in the actual environment, like did you at least get to sing it once in the stadium with the in-ears and stuff?
Yeah, just once.
Just once.
Well, I
Yeah.
did once and then I asked for one more because my in-ears were there was a bunch of feedback, so it was like going like "Wah," in my ears the whole time. And I was like, is that right? And normally I would be too shy. I'd be like, yeah, it sounds great, like let's do it. But
Yeah.
this was such a big deal. I'm like, can we run that again because something's wrong? So they fixed it. So I got to run it twice because of the error. Twice, one and a half. They let me run it halfway through to make sure the in-ears were
Mhm.
working. And then it was go time.
Was it the
So
day of?
nervous thinking about it. Yeah,
Was the rehearsal the day of?
the rehearsal was the day of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
At least it's not a ton of singing, so you're not gonna like blow your voice out on one song, probably.
for sure. Yeah. But then if you rehearse too much, exactly, your voice starts to get hoarse and
Mhm.
yeah, and that's not what I wanted. So I was trying not to talk and I was trying not to be like rude to anyone. Like my family was there, but I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm gonna stay
Mhm.
silent until I'm up on
Mhm.
the stage.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, like, well, there's rehearsal, but then also it's different, obviously, to do it in front of the audience, and like that's a whole different kind of prep that you need to run to be comfortable in that environment.
Yeah.
You know?
That is something else that I did. Now that you mention it, I would rehearse with a picture on my computer of the stadium with people filled in it, so I could visualize. Because that's something I learned in musicals is like trying to visualize, and even
Mhm.
cheerleading, we'd close our eyes and like visualize performing in
Mhm.
front of the judges or the people. So that's another thing I tried to do to help me, like with all of the people that are going to be looking at me.
Mhm.
Honestly, that was like the least of the once I was up there, it was not a concern, like because
Mhm.
everyone was so far away that I couldn't see faces.
Yeah.
It's a little more scary, like when you're doing a live performance and like there's people right in front of you staring at
Mhm.
you. You can see their every thought. It feels
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
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 But this one, it's like little ants everywhere, so that wasn't too much of a concern.
Yeah. Definitely. As an opera singer, we do sing in the big space, like you came to see, but we
Yeah.
also do a lot of much smaller venues, like recitals and stuff, and that's when like the front row's 10 feet away,
Uh-huh.
literally 10 or less sometimes, if
Do you
it's like really packed
look
in.
over them so that you can't look them in the eye?
It depends on the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like a big dramatic operatic song, probably back there. But if I'm singing like "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra, I'm gonna connect with the audience. If I'm singing like some romantic ballad, I'm gonna look at the old ladies because that's
They're crying down there. Yeah. Tell me, because when I went to your opera show and there was no mics, that was I was like, I was trying to see down there. I'm like, do they really have no mics? Like, I had no idea that you didn't use those. So when you're performing like night after night, how do you keep your vocal health strong enough to be able to project without a microphone?
Yeah, I mean, you train it very similar to how you train in the gym, or
Mhm.
more like maybe more like distance running because it's more kind of like that. But you just train your muscles to endure for a very long period of time singing full out, and that is part of what it takes to be an opera singer. So, I mean, if you're in the middle of a production and you're in rehearsals all day, you're going to do like probably half singing full out and half what's called marking, because you can't sing out full for like 6 or 8 hours. It's just not, at least not day after day.
No.
And then on your own time, if you're free, like if like right now I'm preparing for some stuff coming up with the summer, I'll probably sing for an hour and a half or 2 hours a day, uh, pretty full. And it takes a while to build up that endurance. And then if your technique is good, that extends the life at which you can sing really loudly and powerfully. If you have bad technique, you're not going to be able to sing for very long, probably. But that's it. It is like training every other muscle in your body, where you build up over time and technique gets better. But yeah, no microphones. So
Definitely a huge technique thing. I couldn't do it. Yeah. I'd have to go through a lot of training.
yeah, opera is like vocal engineering, I
Okay.
call it, because it's like the amount that we think about everything that's happening in here, like a slight shift in the tongue position, or a slight rounding of the lips, or a slight shift in the larynx at all times to like maximize resonance and efficiency.
Yeah.
It's you can go so far in the weeds, and it's really the only genre that's like that. Like
Yeah.
you think, I know great singers that think about technique some outside of opera, but opera's like so in the weeds about it and takes a very long time to get decent at.
Yeah. And can you hear that? Sorry.
Actually,
Um,
barely.
okay, good. Okay, good. How different is that from like the way that you would sing in a choir? Is it different at all?
Super different.
Super different.
Yeah,
Okay.
super different because choir is all about blending,
Yeah.
and you don't really want to have vibrato unless it's like very intentional. It's usually like straight tone blending singing. So you still want to use breath support, obviously.
Yeah.
That's like a really important thing for choir, but you don't want to be singing as loud as you can, or you'll just stick out. It's
Yeah.
all about the unit as a choir singer.
True.
You might have some of like the classical space in like your throat if you want like a warmer sound or something, if the choir wants that, but it's kind of whatever the choir needs. So like very ground level fundamentals probably similar, but you're certainly not thinking how can I maximize resonance to be as loud as possible.
True. Yeah. We had some of those in my choirs, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, shut up. Like that's not the place for it.
You're not the star here.
You're not the
Yeah.
star here. Yeah,
I'll make
exactly.
that in my next choir video. The guys are
Yes.
too
Yeah,
loud.
put like the young opera singer.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I like it. I'm adding more to the list.
Perfect. Before we sign off, I would love to just hear like a couple quick tips for people who might be interested in getting into short form content or music on YouTube.
Yeah. I think the main thing that I've learned through like having videos that have done well, having videos that flop is like at the end of the day, do what excites you and figure out what you're good at. If you're good at make singing and then you're also good at singing really high notes. Okay, how can we put those together and make something that's entertaining for people? So find something that you're good at and figure out how that's gonna help or excite or inspire other people as well. So that's sort of what I found worked for me is like I love putting a bunch of songs together and it excites me and it also excites other people. So how can we have both at the same time is how I've found that most people figure out what content works for them and what is
Awesome.
going to do well and help you in the long run, help other people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And where can people keep up with you?
Instagram, TikTok, I was about to say Twitter, not Twitter. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is all at Logan Alexandra Music.
Okay, awesome. All right, Logan, thanks for coming on.
This was fun. Thanks for having
Great to
me.
chat. We'll get some other stuff cooking sometime soon.
Yep, choir videos. You'll see us
Choir
soon.
videos. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation with Logan Alexandra. If you did, you will certainly enjoy this conversation with another YouTuber and friend of ours through the YouTube creator community in Arizona. This is Elizabeth Jaroff of The Charismatic Voice. Check it out. Go on, click it.